Hey YouTube, how's it going? Felix here. Today in this video I'm going to show you 10 different modifications and upgrades I've done to my 2022 Subaru Crosstrek Premium. I'm going to show you 10 different mods, tell you what I think about each modification, whether I think you should do it or not, how much it cost, and how difficult it was to do. The modifications I've done to my car are mostly focused around everyday practicality and everyday usability of the car, just little upgrades to make the car a bit better. They're not these sort of modifications which you see some people do on their Crosstrek, which are based around off-roading and overlanding, where they do like a lift kit or they put a big wheel and tyre package on the car. I haven't done that to my car, and I'm probably not going to be honest. But the mods in this video are mostly focused around sort of everyday practicality and usability. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, upgrading your Subaru Crosstrek, then stick around and let's start with modification number 1. Okay, let's go. So modification number 1 on the car it's in the interior. I'm going to show you a few interior mods to start with. When you get your Crosstrek, you'll have this center console cubby under the armrest, and normally when you get it, there will just be a big hole here, a big space, sort of going down to the bottom here, and it's a very useful space. It's nice and big, and you can put lots of stuff in there, but it's not particularly easy to access the stuff in there when you're driving. What this little thing does, this console insert, which you can get on Amazon, this really fixes that problem and gives you a second layer of storage in your center console. These are about $15 on Amazon. As you can see, I literally just put it in. There's absolutely no tools. It's a completely tool-free installation. It just slots right in there. And this, I think, is a fantastic upgrade for the Crosstrek. About 15 bucks. I'll put the link in the description to all the products I'm going to show you in this video, and this is just a fantastic little upgrade to maximize your interior storage in this cubby, and really gives you a lot more usability of the space. And the best part is, if you're using the 12-volt socket down there to charge one of your devices, you can actually pass the cable up through this hole. If you can see that, you can pass it through that hole in the console tray and then out in the normal way you would. See, it's got a little sort of cutout there, and you could pass the cables out through this little cutout and close the lid as normal, and use the 12-volt socket with no interference. I think it's a great little upgrade. And it actually came pre-installed with these little rubber mats on the inside, which look really good, and they actually match the rubber mats perfectly from my number 2 upgrade, which I'm going to show you, which is the Cupholder Hero rubber mat kit. So you can see they basically look exactly the same. So these ones actually came with the tray, but these ones here, which are in the cup holders, for example, and under here, under the HVAC controls, and in various other places, like, for example, in the door pockets here, you can see there's some in the bottom of the door, as well as in the door handles, and many other places around the car. These are the Cupholder Hero rubber mat kit. This set is about $20. Super easy to install. It literally takes, there's no tools, it's usually they just drop in. They're perfectly sized, and to be honest, while I would say they are not 100% necessary and they don't really improve the functionality of your car too much, they are a quite nice little aesthetic upgrade, and they do give the car sort of the interior a splash of colour, and they do help stop stuff rattling around in your door, especially in the door pockets here. They can stop things like a water bottle rattling around, which can be a little bit annoying. Yeah, I think these are 2 really nice little upgrades. This is the console tray for about 15 bucks, and the Cupholder Hero set for about 20 bucks. Both a ridiculously easy install. It will take you about 30 seconds to install each one. Okay, on to the next. Okay, the third upgrade I want to show you, it's a super cheap upgrade, and in my opinion quite useful. It is these little headrest hooks you can get. You can get a 4-pack of these on Amazon for about $6, so super cheap little upgrade. These just hook on to the back of your headrest. You can use either the passenger seat or the driver's seat, or even one of the back seats here, and have the hooks go into the trunk. But these are just some really useful hooks you can use to hang up a shopping bag or something like that, or for your passengers, maybe their jackets, for example, like this. You can just hang up a little bag just like that. Super easy, and it just gives you a tiny bit more interior storage and helps keep stuff out of the way when you're driving. I think it's a good little upgrade, especially for $6. Okay, next upgrade I want to show you are these. If you can see them right here on the mirror, can you see these here? This is an additional mirror I've added to my standard mirror. This is a blind spot mirror. It's a convex mirror that shows you cars which are in your blind spot. If you're lucky/unlucky enough to have a Subaru Crosstrek Premium like me, there is no option for blind spot monitoring on this car. It's not available. That sort of digital electronic blind spot monitoring. So if you're like me, we've got to do it the old school way and have a look in our mirrors. So adding one of these convex mirrors like that is actually a really big help. And this one is actually on a little mount, so you can easily position it to exactly where you want to look. A set of 2 of these was about $14 on Amazon, and I think it's a good little upgrade, especially, well, it's a safety upgrade, and although I'm not sure they are the most pretty looking thing in the world, I don't think anyone really, you can't see them from any other angle, and I don't think anyone really cares, and they are absolutely great for safety. So that's the 4th upgrade I want to show you. Okay, the 5th upgrade I want to show you are the wind deflectors. These things right here, if you can see them, these are the wind deflectors that mount onto your Subaru Crosstrek and give you some really, really cool additional features on your car. These are OEM style wind deflectors. These are not the official Subaru wind deflectors. You can get them from Subaru. They're about $130 something from Subaru, or you can get them from Amazon like I did, and they're about $50 from Amazon. And in my opinion, they are perfectly acceptable, and you will not be able to tell the difference between the two. These wind deflectors on the Subaru are stick-on style, so these don't wedge into the top of the door frame like they do on some cars. These actually adhere; they stick onto the metal of your door frame using some 3M adhesive foam tape, and they appear to be really, really strong. They're on there really, really well, and they're very easy to install. Actually, this may look like a slightly daunting install, but don't worry, these are actually super easy to install. It took me about 10 minutes to do the whole car. Just make sure you clean the surface, which you're going to be sticking to really, really well. They give you some alcohol pads to wipe it down in the kit, which is very kind of them. But yeah, the reason I got these is because, well, firstly, I think they look cool. I think they add a little bit of presence to the car. They make it look a bit better. Secondly, if you've ever got anything like some dogs in the car, I know obviously you should only leave your dogs in the car when the weather is good, when the weather is suitable, but if you ever do leave your dogs in the car, you can crack the windows down a good amount and it won't allow rain to get into the car, which is nice. And also, if you ever want to go camping, if you ever want to go car camping, which I really, really love, then a great thing you can do when you're car camping is you can leave your windows down at night, and you don't have to worry about rain getting inside your windows when you're sleeping in the car, which is a really, really great feature. It's a super easy upgrade, and I think for $50 it's definitely worth doing. The set, which is the bestseller on Amazon, which I'll link in the description, is perfectly acceptable in my opinion, and does the job very, very well. So yeah, I really, really like that upgrade, and big fan. Okay, upgrade number 6. It is the Aero style crossbars for your Subaru Crosstrek. You can, of course, go to Subaru and you can get some Aero crossbars for your car. They're about $155 for the official Subaru ones. Or, as always, you can go to Amazon and you can get some clones, some OEM clones, and that's what I did. So these are not official Subaru ones. These are some clones from Amazon. They were about $70 for the set. In terms of installation, they are really, really easy to install. Probably took me about 10 minutes overall. Just make sure the one thing to note when you're installing these is there is a correct spacing here between the back. So this needs to be a certain distance in front of this piece here. And then for the front, this also needs to be a certain distance here as well. Just make sure you measure it with a tape measure so you get them nicely centered in the correct position. They lock onto your car using a Torx screw like this, if you can see. They don't have a key or any sort of lock like that. They literally just go on with a big Torx Allen key, and that's how they secure onto your car. I mean, that means that, of course, someone with the correct size screwdriver or the correct size bit here could just remove these from your car and steal them from you. I think that's extremely unlikely, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that's a real concern. But yeah, I mean, that's something to note. They just hold on with one of those big screws. The weight capacity on these is perfectly fine for most people. If you want to put some skis or a bicycle or maybe like a kayak on your roof, these bars will be absolutely fine. But if you really want to put something much, much heavier, like a very heavy roof box or something like that, then I'd probably suggest getting the Thule, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Thule crossbars. They're a bit more heavy duty and a bit more serious. They have about double the weight capacity of these, and they also lock onto your crossbar, lock onto your roof here with a key. So they are potentially a bit more secure if you live in a bit of a dangerous area. But yeah, I really, really like these Aero crossbars. I think they make the car look great, and they also add a lot more sort of optionality in terms of putting stuff on your roof if you ever want to. I guess the big question lots of people have is, has putting these Aero crossbars on your roof impacted your fuel economy? And in my opinion, no, it has not. I have seen no discernible difference in my fuel economy after I put these on the car. I think there are many more factors which will influence your fuel economy before these Aero crossbars do. For example, not having the correct tyre pressures will probably impact your fuel economy far more than these Aero crossbars. So I think they're a really, really good upgrade for $70. Link in the description. Okay, upgrade number 7, and this is a very, very important one in my opinion. This is a dash cam. I really genuinely believe that every single person should have a dash cam in their car. This little device, it records you as you drive. It is totally unobtrusive. You never have to touch it once it's set up. You don't have to touch it. It will automatically start recording as you drive away, and it will stop recording when you stop. It's super simple. You literally never have to worry about it. And this little device, which there's hundreds and hundreds of different dash cams on the market, ranging from maybe $40 to $300 or $400. This little device for say $50 or $60 could save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in a bogus insurance claim when someone claimed you, for example, hit them when you didn't. And it would, in many situations, it would just be your word against someone else's, and you just have to see what happens. Whereas this little device could really provide the evidence which could get you out of so much trouble. I really think it's just a fantastic addition to any car. So yeah, that's upgrade number 7. I really believe you should have a dash cam. There's obviously millions to pick from, but there's loads of good ones out there. And upgrade number 8 is a hardwire kit for your dash cam. Many people will take their dash cam and they will use the cable, and they will plug the cable into their 12-volt socket, which is a little the cigarette lighter style socket down there. They'll use that to power the dash cam, and that is perfectly fine. It works great, and that's absolutely acceptable. 100% better than not having a dash cam at all. But if you want to have the perfect installation, the best way to do it is to install a hardwire kit, which is where you're going to run the cable which powers your dash cam directly into the fuse box for your car. And in the Subaru Crosstrek, the fuse box is down here by your sort of left leg. If you've got a left-hand drive car, this is the fuse box in here, and you're going to get one of these special kits which is going to allow you to wire the dash cam directly into the fuse box, so you don't use your 12-volt socket and you free up that for other stuff. And it's a very nice clean installation. In fact, on my car, the way I've installed it, the only bit of wire you can see exposed is this little bit here, which comes up here. And you can also see a tiny bit of wire just round here on the bottom of the A-pillar, because the wire is coming down. It's coming down here on the A-pillar. It's then coming down across. You can see this little bit. It then tucks under and then goes into the fuse box under the dash. If you want to do that sort of installation, I actually have a whole separate video on my channel showing you exactly what you need to do if you want to do a hardwire kit installation on a Subaru Crosstrek. But yes, the dash cam, I really can't recommend these highly enough. It could be the best $50 you ever spend in your whole life. So yeah, totally recommended. Okay, upgrades number 9 and 10. It's all about hitches and towing. So adding a tow hitch to your Subaru Crosstrek is a fantastic addition in my opinion. Really adds a lot more functionality and optionality if you ever want to tow something. Bear in mind the Subaru Crosstrek doesn't have the biggest tow capacity in the world. It's only 1,500 pounds, but of course having a tow hitch is a really useful thing. Not just for towing, you could also put a bike rack on there or a storage basket and loads of other things. I installed this towing hitch myself. This one here is the Kurt Class 3 trailer hitch. I got this off Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. This is a Class 3 hitch with a 2-inch receiver. So this is a properly heavy-duty hitch. In fact, the rated capacity for this hitch is 3,500 pounds for towing, which of course is far higher than the Crosstrek itself, which basically means, of course, you can only ever pull the maximum rated capacity of the Crosstrek, which is 1,500 pounds. But it means that this towing hitch is really overbuilt for pulling stuff with the Crosstrek. And if you ever pull 1,500 pounds with the Crosstrek, this hitch will not be breaking a sweat. It's going to be doing no work. The Class 3 hitch, in my opinion, with a 2-inch receiver is a much better product than the cheaper hitches, which have the 1¼ inch receiver. This is just a much heavier duty hitch, and it makes you feel nice and safe and secure knowing you've got something so solid on there. In terms of installation, well, if you are going to install one of these hitches, a Class 3 hitch like this, yourself, which is what I did, I installed it myself with no help, and I actually had no way of lifting the car as well. So I did it when the car was at this height, standard ride height. If you're going to install this with no help at standard ride height and you're not lifting the car at all, it is an exceptionally difficult job, and it was really tough to do, honestly. And I deeply regretted starting the job. It was really tough. But if you're going to have someone to help you, and even better, if you can raise the car slightly, so maybe if you've got some ramps you can raise the car with, or you've got a jack and some jack stands, of course be careful with those, but if you've got some jack and some jack stands and you can raise the car safely by a few inches, it will give you lots more space to work, and it'll be a much more pleasant installation. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting one of those. And I think this Kurt hitch here, this particular one, the bestseller on Amazon, it's about $155. It's a really, really, really good hitch for the money. Like, this thing feels so heavy and so heavy duty. I really, really think it's going to stand the test of time. And of course, if you are towing anything, you're definitely going to want some lights, right? You're going to need some lights for your trailer if you ever want to pull a trailer. So it makes sense to also install, I'm just using this to wedge this open. Oh, there we go. You're also going to want to install the trailer wiring kit. And that is here. It's slightly hard to show you, to be honest, but there are loads of videos on YouTube which explain how to install these trailer wiring kits on the Crosstrek. Subaru have been absolutely heroic in that the connector you need to install this trailer wiring kit, it's here. It's just behind this piece of plastic which runs along the back of your trunk. It's already there for you. It's pre-installed, so you don't really have to worry about doing anything in terms of preparing the connector. All you have to do is just take off a few pieces of trim here, and you will eventually find the connector. And you just buy this kit off Amazon, which I'll put in the link in the description. And it's just plug and play. You literally just plug in the kit, and that's it. And that gives you access. That will basically produce you this wire, which is the wire you need for your trailer lighting. So yeah, installing the hitch for me took about 2 hours, and it was a very, very difficult job. Installing this trailer wiring connector, and these are about $30, by the way, this kit. This took me about 20 minutes, so it was pretty easy to do. And I think if you're going to install the hitch, you might as well have the trailer wiring connector as well, just so you have both areas covered if you ever want to tow anything. Okay, so that wraps up the 10 modifications and upgrades I've done to my Subaru Crosstrek. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed seeing all those modifications and upgrades. Have I missed anything? Have I missed anything really, really good which you would do to the car? Please let me know in the comment section below if I've missed anything cool. I will definitely upgrade the car if you think there's something good out there. I don't think I'm going to put a wheel and tyre package on the Crosstrek. I know lots of people do that, but to be honest, I like the way it drives right now, and I think it's pretty good off-road just from the factory. I think it's pretty good stock. It's more than capable off-road, better than most cars. So I think I'm going to leave the wheels and tyres the way they are. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you're interested in more Subaru Crosstrek content and you want to see more videos about my car and more stuff like that, then please consider subscribing and liking the video. I'm always producing new content like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.